Okay, action.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Keller and your management team. And we are the representative from GFR Consultancy Group. We are here to represent you guys about the recommendation to simply clean biofuels to create competitive advantages to your company. And the following presentation will be divided into two parts. And the first part will be like our general understanding to your company and to see whether our like suggestion or like our understanding is on the right track or not. If not, please give us some clarification towards it. And then the second part will be our general like problem identified and we'll give you the relevant suggestion so far. And I know a lot of you guys in the management team will not know about our GFR consultancy, so we prepare a slide for you to give like a general understanding for our company. And we are pretty an old company because we are like founded 10 years ago, and really we have.
Excuse me, please close your computers and pay attention. Thank you.
We have really excellent experience in solving managerial or like operational risks for a lot of companies. So while we have like achieved a great result with 1,400 business partners, and our headquarters is located in the Asia. So please trust us. So we will give you some like useful advices later on. So for the company background, we have identified so far, and according to our like interview with you guys, so we think that we all agree that you guys are really a game changer because the energy market is dominated by the fossil fuels company like Shell in the past like 20 years so far. So you guys are providing a really green options to their customers and then try to change their energy market. And you're like trying to achieve the triple bottom line. And it's really a fancy word, but if it simply say that you're like beneficiary to in terms of like social, economic, and also like economic, and also environment. For the environmental perspective, because your business model is like providing a renewable or green energy to their customers, so you're like trying to reduce the carbon emissions, and you're like your company is promising to give certain returns to the society, so you're beneficial to the social perspective. And for the economic perspective, you're promising your shareholders to give them some kinds of returns in the long run. So I know, Andrew, you're like going to be retired very soon. So I know you may concern that those kind of promise you found the company will be broken by like a new management team. So will it like losing your value of your company? That's one of your concern. And you want to like achieve a sustainable future growth for both external and internal perspective. For external, you are trying to grow your reputation among the market share. And for the internal, you are going to have improved your operational efficiency. So my team will like show you the second part, like the problems we have identified to your business operations.
Thank you, Pablo. I'm Rachel, your major consultant. We are going to address your problem and identify the problem. In order to have your problem identified, we have find that three main problems. The first problem is that we found that your company have the capital flow mismanaged. You have in the company, you know, there is a fixed cost and variable cost. You can see from the cost that we are losing money. We can see that from the past 10 years of the market report, you are losing a bit. I'm sorry to address that, but you are not doing well in managing the capital flow because the fixed cost you are putting into the company, including the machine and the factory, and the revenue cannot cover the whole cost. And the second is the variable cost. The variable cost including the crude oil price. You can see the crude oil price is dropped significantly in 2008. At that time, your company just provide the subscription for the customer. For that time, you are losing 50% of the customers and the revenues, and that is a devastating loss in your company past that in 2008. And you can see the oil price still fluctuates, means that is the concern in your company. And then the second problem to mention is that you are a bit kind. You're very focusing on the community. That's good. You can see the company have a good image because of you, and we are thinking you're the best entrepreneur ever in the community. However, your company have to achieve 3 bottom lines. The 3 bottom including the people, planet, and economic. So economic is important. So you can be good, but in order to sustain, to serve the community, you have to earn some profit. So this is not really addressing your problem, but we think you can do better in the economic part in order to sustain the company and keep serving the community. And the third problem is the market share is not, your company is doing the home heating industry. However, the industry is already occupied by 2 other main companies. That company already occupies over 70% of the whole market. So it's like an oligopoly, but you're not in the game. It's sorry to say that you're already being pushed out by the whole market. So in order to gain that your market power, you have to change the strategy. So this is the 3 problems that we identified to your company. We hope you can address that. Let us introduce my colleagues to give you some recommendation in order to address the problem.
Thank you, Rachel. And now we're going to introduce some recommendations to solve the problem encountered by your company. And first, we'd like to introduce that your company can continue to cooperate to implement some creative strategies, like you can continue to collaborate with the music industry. And because since we already have some successful experience in this kind of marketing strategies, and we also receive some positive feedback from the music performers, like they usually respond that our activities can ease their concern about their environmental footprint of their concerts or their performance tours. Therefore, we think that these creative marketing strategies can help us to promote our product effectively, because by utilizing their influence in the society, it can help us to promote our products like the biofuel, as well as to deliver our company's core values like the environmental, social, and planet. And besides from the promotion effect, we also find that there is increase in the customer base, because according to the statistics provided by your company, we find that the customer base was increased from 3% to 35%, up to 500 customers after the first collaboration with the music industry. Therefore, we think that if you continue to collaborate with the music performers, it can boost up. We can approach the new and the potential customer and further boost your customer base. And the second one is to expand the market share. So according to your statistics given to us, and we find that the market share is increased from 3% to 35% within 10 years. The market share is for the biofuel. And if you can continue to use the collaboration with the music industry, we think that their market share can be easily increased to 50% within 5 years. And we think that we have the confidence to do this if you continue to collaborate or implement some creative marketing strategies. And the third one is, because with the growth of the market share, we think that if we have a strong capital flow and some network, we can cooperate. We have more opportunity to cooperate with different companies in the same industry. And furthermore, we can collaborate with the different companies to invent some latest model of the biofuel and also have further opportunity to enhance some other than the biofuels and other eco-friendly products. And we also have some recommendation on the current marketing strategies that is collaborate with the music industry, because now your strategy is to make a unsolicited call to the representative of the music industry, and we think that this is not benefit to build up a positive reputation in the collaborations. Therefore, we suggest that you can make a invitation in advance rather than just have a sudden call to them. And in the following, Ruben will introduce the long-term strategies to your company.
Thank you, Anne. So our second recommendation involves a long-term strategy, which allows us to, which involves trading privately to increase the financial support, as well as revamping the whole management team. So why trade privately rather than publicly? Well, let's look at the industry as a whole. So this is the industry of the biofuels. There are two, as Rachel mentioned, there's an oligopoly of petrol NH and eco-petrol at 42 and 31% respectively. So let's talk about each of them and how they work this problem out for themselves and see the consequences of their actions. So first off, petrol NH. So petrol NH, they went public in 2015. In 2015, their share price increased from $70 to around $140. So this is a climb of 97%. However, the owner, Nicholas Wright, his stock in the company decreased drastically from 100% all the way down to 36%. This was due to some bad financial decisions that he made, which forced him to sell some of his stock to remain, to not go bankrupt. So we do agree that PLCs, publicly listed companies, are a good option to raise capital. However, there are some risks. So let's talk about the next company, eco-petrol at 31%. Eco-petrol is a different story. It's privately traded. Being privately traded means that they don't disclose any of their financial data. That means we don't have access to that. This is another perk of being financially traded. They also outsource their managerial work to another company. We don't recommend this, but this is what they do, and they are the second largest company in the industry. And this also raises another interesting point. They are the second largest company in this industry, and they are privately traded. This shows us that you don't have to be publicly listed to raise capital. You can still be privately traded and keep your control of your company without any of the risk of being publicly traded. So let's talk about the next point, recruiting a new management team. This will tackle two problems that you've faced in the past. First one would be mismanagement of your finances, which happened in the 2008 and 2009, as well as allowing you to retire peacefully. So first off, let's talk about your retirement. You want to leave your company in the hands of some people that you trust. So we recommend that you interview all these people and you put together your management team. This management team will reflect the values that you want to instill in the company. This means that when you retire, you don't have to worry about your company going in the wrong direction or focusing more on economics rather than the sustainable aspect. You can be rest assured that this is your company and it will always have the same values than when you started it. Secondly, no? Oh. This also shows us that we can have a management team which allows you to not only retire peacefully, but if you're still a little bit worried, you can have a honorary position as a on the board to come in every few quarters to see how they're doing. So these two recommendations that Anne and I have mentioned, they would help you with your problems and help you build a company that can leave a lasting impact on society. Thank you so much.
So why was there such a drop in 2009?
Because of the financial crisis.
So it wasn't because of my mismanagement.
No.
because-
Yeah, sure.
Because that is the subscription, they adopt the subscription due to they have to mix the crude oil and the biofuel together in order to provide the support to the home heating. So you get the money, but you have to pay back for the like half year later. It's kind of subscription. Then the capital you spend on buying the
Yes,
oil, then you cannot pay it back at the later. So
Right.
it's mismanaged.
So it is mismanagement? So in your recommendation, are you firing me?
No. We are, as I said, we will hire a new management team which can assist the company in making more educated financial decisions.
But you're wanting me to have an honorary position.
You
Just
say
to
you
see
would like
how-
to
You
want to
retire. From the,
Right, but it sounds like still
Make
sounds like you're firing me and telling me I'm mismanaged.
But it's not all your
I've
decision.
mismanaged the company and okay, thank you.
Thank you.